Yeah, so I'll hit the energy piece first and then we'll go into sleep. So I always like to talk about energy in terms of a bank account. Okay. So just like a bank account, you can make deposits and withdrawals. You also do the same thing with your energy because you have an energy account. Well, when it comes to entrepreneurship, especially if you're leading a team and you're growing a business, or even if you're just a solopreneur, you are spending unbelievable amounts of energy every single day. Every single minute you are spending energy. And so when it comes to energy management, we have to learn how to balance, because what happens is most high performers, they love to redline, right? Because we're like Ferraris. And if you get behind, if you get in the driver's seat of a Ferrari, you're going to want to push that car to the limit. You're going to want to redline it on the RPMs. And that's what people do in their professional life. And so if you continue to do that over and over and over again for months or weeks or even years, what's going to happen is the engine's going to blow at some point. And so what I often see with a lot of high performers is their output is up here with their performance and work. Okay, so they're spending tons of energy, there's a ton of stress, a lot that they're carrying on their shoulders, but then the input is down here, right? So maybe you get a workout in every day, but then you don't drink enough water because you're too busy and you're on back-to-back calls and you don't want to have to go to the bathroom. Or maybe you forget to eat lunch. It happens all the time. And so what happens is when our input is down here and our output is up here, over time we start pouring out from an empty cup. And so as you start to do that more and more and more, a lot of times what happens, there's a lot of underlying symptoms and impacts that has on our health, right? So if you are under an immense amount of stress and you're not feeding yourself well and you're not even doing the basics of hydrating, it's going to take a toll on your body. Maybe you start to have digestive issues, right? Maybe you develop stomach ulcers. I mean, this is real life stuff that happens to people and they don't even realize it, right? And they wonder why they feel bad. So from an energy perspective, one of the biggest things that we want to do is we want to learn how to begin to close the gap with the output and the input. And so one of the best ways that I like to teach entrepreneurs and high performers to do that is with micro deposits, right? So rather than getting a high ticket sale, for example, where you're getting that $9,800 PIF, right? What we want to do is we just want to make little $1,000 deposits every hour, right? So if that is getting 8 ounces of water, if it's standing up and doing 5 squats, if it's just taking 3 deep breaths in between each one of your Zoom meetings, or walking down the hall in your office and then walking back, rather than sitting for 6 or 7 hours, that's going to be one of the best ways to begin to close that gap as you're pouring out and you're pouring out and you're pouring out. Does that make sense?